Today, I am reviewing the Samsung Q990D 11.1.4ch soundbar. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. If you have ever wondered whether a soundbar can actually replace a dedicated receiver and speaker setup, the Samsung Q990D is the closest anyone has ever come to making that question obsolete. I have been living with this system for the past month, and while it is undeniably one of the most impressive pieces of consumer audio equipment I have ever tested, it also comes with a set of headaches that you really need to know about before you drop this kind of money. You can check the links below the video if you want to see the current pricing or explore the technical specs in more detail, but let's get into what it is actually like to live with this thing in a real-world living room. First, let's talk about the setup process, because that is where most people get their first dose of reality. You are getting a massive box that contains the main bar, a substantial subwoofer, and two heavy rear speakers. The good news is that everything pairs wirelessly right out of the box. I didn't have to press a single sync button. Once I plugged them into power, they just found each other. However, the physical footprint is not small. If you are living in a tiny apartment, the subwoofer alone is a beast that takes up significant floor space, and the rear speakers are not exactly discreet. They are substantial units that require their own power outlets, which is a common point of frustration for people who thought they were buying a truly wireless system. Yes, the audio signal is wireless, but you are still tethered to wall outlets for every single component, which means you need to plan your furniture layout around those power cables. Once I got everything positioned, the SpaceFit Sound Pro feature kicked in. This is Samsung's automated calibration, and honestly, it is one of the best features of the Q990D. It uses internal microphones to analyze the acoustics of your room, and it makes a very noticeable difference in how the soundstage feels. In my space, which has vaulted ceilings and some awkward corners, the initial sound was a bit muddy. After running the calibration, the dialogue became much tighter, and the overhead effects actually started to feel like they were coming from above rather than just bouncing around the room. If you are not an audiophile who wants to spend hours manually tweaking equalizer settings, this set-and-forget calibration is a massive win. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: Dolby Atmos. The 1.1.4 channel configuration is no joke. When you are watching a high-quality 4K Blu-ray or a premium stream with a solid Atmos track, the immersion is genuinely startling. I spent an afternoon rewatching a few action sequences from various blockbusters, and the way the sound moves across the room is precise. The side-firing and up-firing drivers in the rear speakers do a fantastic job of creating a bubble of sound. It doesn't just sound loud, it sounds dense. You can hear the rain falling, the bullets whizzing, and the subtle ambient noises that usually get lost in cheaper systems. If your main goal is to replicate a cinema experience in your living room without running wires across your floor, this is objectively the best way to do it right now. However, there's a catch with the wireless Dolby Atmos feature. While it is touted as a major convenience, I found that it can be a bit finicky depending on your home network. If you have a crowded Wi-Fi environment or a lot of interference, you might occasionally notice tiny microstutters in the audio. It is rare, and it is usually fixed by a quick reboot, but it is a reminder that you are relying on a wireless connection for high-bandwidth audio. If you are a purist who demands zero latency or potential signal degradation, you might still prefer the stability of a physical HDMI connection, though for 99% of users, the wireless convenience will far outweigh those rare hiccups. The Q-Symphony feature is another big selling point, especially if you already own a newer Samsung television. The idea is that the TV speakers act as an additional channel, working in tandem with the soundbar to create a more cohesive soundstage. In my experience, it definitely adds a bit more height to the dialogue, making it feel like voices are coming directly from the center of the screen. But I have to be honest, if you are buying a system this good, the soundbar is already doing 95% of the heavy lifting. Q-Symphony is a nice bonus, but it shouldn't be the primary reason you buy this product. The soundbar itself is powerful enough that it doesn't really need the extra help from the TV speakers. One area where I was genuinely impressed is the adaptive sound and the active voice analyzer. I know I am not the only person who gets annoyed when the music in a movie is deafening but the dialogue is a whisper. The Q990D handles this better than almost any other soundbar I have used. It intelligently boosts the frequency range where human speech lives, and it does so without making the voices sound robotic or tinny. It works exceptionally well for late-night viewing when you want to keep the volume low but don't want to miss a single word of the conversation. Gaming is another strong suit. The Game Mode Pro is surprisingly effective. It widens the soundstage and puts a lot of emphasis on spatial cues, which is a legitimate advantage in competitive shooters. I found that I could pinpoint footsteps much more accurately than with my standard living room speakers. It is a feature that sounds like a gimmick on paper, but in practice, it actually changes how you play. It adds a layer of intensity to games that makes the whole experience feel much more visceral. But let's talk about the downsides, because no product is perfect. First, the price is steep. You are paying a premium for the convenience of an all-in-one package, and you are paying for the Samsung ecosystem. If you are on a budget, there are plenty of other options that get you 80% of the way there for half the cost. You need to decide if that final 20% of immersion is worth the extra investment. You can find links below the video to see if there are any current sales or bundles that might make the price a bit easier to swallow. Another potential disappointment is the companion app. While it is functional, it can be sluggish at times. I found myself having to force close and restart it more than once just to get it to recognize the soundbar. It is not a deal breaker, but it is a reminder that even high-end hardware can be held back by subpar software. The physical remote is simple and intuitive, which I actually preferred over relying on the app for basic adjustments. Also, if you are an audiophile who loves listening to high-fidelity music, you need to manage your expectations. While the Q990D is fantastic for movies and games, it is not a high-end stereo system. It is a surround sound system. Music can sometimes sound a bit processed, even in the music mode. It is great for casual listening or parties, but if you are looking for that warm, natural sound signature that you get from dedicated bookshelf speakers and a high-end amplifier, you might find the Samsung sound to be a little too clinical or aggressive for your taste. It lacks that subtle nuance that comes with a true hi-fi setup. The build quality of the units themselves is solid, though they are wrapped in a fabric mesh that can be a nightmare if you have cats. My cat took an immediate interest in the side of the rear speaker, and I had to be very quick to move it. If you have pets that like to scratch, keep that in mind. The sleek black finish looks great in a modern living room, but it is also a magnet for dust and fingerprints, so keep a microfiber cloth handy if you want to keep it looking pristine. Who is this system for? If you want the absolute best cinematic sound experience without the complexity of a receiver, a dozen cables, and hours of manual calibration, this is the gold standard. It is for the person who loves movies, takes their gaming seriously, and wants a system that just works the moment you plug it in. It is also perfect for someone who has a Samsung TV and wants the full integration experience. Who should avoid this? If you are a dedicated audiophile looking for a pure, uncolored music experience, you are better off building a component system. If you have a small space or very limited power outlets, the requirements for this system might be more trouble than they are worth. And obviously, if your budget doesn't comfortably cover this, don't stretch yourself. The jump from a mid-tier soundbar to this is noticeable, but it is a luxury, not a necessity. In terms of value, you are paying for the engineering that went into making a system this complex operate with such simplicity. It is an expensive piece of kit, but when you consider what it would cost to buy a receiver, a center channel, 2 towers, 2 rears, a subwoofer, and all the cabling required to get a similar level of performance, the price actually starts to look a bit more reasonable. It is a premium product, and it carries a premium price tag, but at least in this case, you are getting the performance to back it up. I've been testing this for a while now, and the thing that sticks with me is how much it changed my relationship with my TV. I find myself wanting to watch movies at home more often because the sound is just that much more engaging. It makes the experience feel like an event rather than just background noise. If you are curious about the technical specifications or want to compare it with other models, remember you can follow the links below the video to find all that information. Ultimately, the Samsung Q990D is a powerhouse. It is not without its minor flaws, and the wireless dependency is something to keep in mind, but it is easily one of the most capable soundbars on the market. It manages to balance high-end performance with user-friendly features in a way that very few competitors can match. If you want a cinematic experience that will genuinely impress your friends and make your movie nights feel like a trip to the theater, this is a very strong contender for the top spot. It is not perfect, but it is remarkably close to it. Just be prepared for the size. Make sure you have the wall outlets ready, and get ready for a significant upgrade to your home media experience. I have been very happy with how it performs day to day, and despite the minor software gripes, I find myself recommending it to anyone who asks for a high-end home theater solution that doesn't require a degree in electrical engineering to set up. It truly is a case of performance meeting convenience, and for most people, that is exactly what they're looking for.